welcome back. And of course, as was mentioned earlier in the show, the focus of our second conversation is going to be around the first annual Jalsa Salana convention. Joining us for this conversation, we're joined by Lal Khan Malik, the national president of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jama'at Canada. We're joined by Abdul Majid Nunez, who is a local member. We're joined by Naveed Mangla, who is a missionary of Belize. Good morning, and welcome.
Good morning. And I bring greeting from Canada. Ahmadiyya Muslim community in Canada is very happy that we are having the first annual convention, Jalsa Salana, of our community in Belize.
Fantastic. Now, I want to start off with a history of the community itself, and when and why the decision was made to be able to establish a branch in Belize.
Right. The Ahmadiyya Muslim community is the youngest, but the most dynamic and the fastest growing community in Islam. It was founded about 125 years ago in India by Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, peace be upon him. We believe him to be the promised Messiah and Mahdi, the reformer of the latter days, for whom followers of various religions have been waiting. The main difference between the mainstream Islam and the Ahmadiyya Muslim community is that the mainstream Muslims are still waiting for that Imam Mahdi and the promised Messiah to appear, while we, the Ahmadi Muslims, believe that he has appeared and he has established the community in 1889, and we are furthering his mission. And his mission was to unite mankind on one religion, that is Islam. And he explained that Islam is not a new religion in that sense, that every prophet who came from God preached the religion. It is a progression of religion, and Islam is the summit of all the religions which have appeared before, and their teaching in essence has been the same, because teaching from one God to the same humanity has not to be different. In essence, it has always been the same. So he unites the followers of all other religions in Islam in unity. And the greatest reformation he brought about in Islam was to remove the misunderstandings which had developed in the thinking of Muslims because of the effect of time. The most important of these misunderstandings was about jihad. By mistake, Muslims started thinking that it is good to force others to Islam because Islam is the right religion. So it would be okay to use force to make them Muslims. And that was wrong. The basic teaching of Islam is there is no compulsion in religion. Similarly, he removed other misunderstandings, and he said that Islam is the religion of peace, as has all religions been religions of peace. And he has given this explanation of Islam, of the peaceful message of Islam. His greatest contribution is that he has presented the original pristine teachings of Islam and has shown that Islam has the answers to all the questions humanity is facing today and would face tomorrow. And his teaching is based on peace.
Now, I just want to clear up one thing, because generally, because Islam is such a different religion when it comes to Belize, and the only exposure we've had was the Muslim community on Central America and Boulevard. But you use Islam and Muslim. Muslim is a member, but Islam is the religion?
Yes, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. Islam is the name of the religion. Literally, it means peace. Peace with God and peace with humanity. And Muslim is a person who believes in Islam and practices Islam.
Now, obviously at this time, when we have so much going on in the world, one of the things is very often people don't understand much about Islam. how do you get people, especially, and I'll direct this one to Naveed, to talk a little bit about what has your experience been like, because you're a missionary working in Belize, to talk to people about Islam.
My experience here, I think, like you said, it is difficult for some people to understand that when a religion claims to be peaceful, and while all the stuff that is going on in the world, I remember once when I was passing by the library, there was a taxi driver, and he looked at me and he said, "Hey, Taliban, do you need a ride?" So, so there I just had a grasp this, that this is just that's what people think of us, right? But at the same time, those that are looking for truth and know that if the being who's behind all the religion is one, right? So how is it possible that being a Christian, he would tell Jesus to go preach that he should not, even if somebody slaps you on one cheek, you present the other, and he would teach Muhammad that go and tell them that kill everybody? That's not possible. The only possibility is that some people have misunderstood the religion. The word Muslim means, like you mentioned, that you have peace with God and peace with human beings. So a person who takes the life of another person, he's not even Muslim. Literally, he's not even Muslim. So by the grace of God, we're having a good turnout here. We're very new here in Belize. We started here, our community started here in 2013, November. And now, by the grace of God, we are around 50 members. And the reason is because we are telling people, we're taking them to the basic teachings of the Prophet Muhammad. And that was the Prophet Muhammad, that even when somebody attacked him, he did not take any revenge. So those people in the world who are taking revenge on his name, is not right.
Now, how much of your education process in Belize has it been to break down the perceptions that currently exist?
In
recruitment.
In recruitment? How are we educating our members, you mean?
Yeah. How much time do you have to spend breaking down some of the perceptions that they currently have?
At the beginning, it was difficult, but now that we have a couple members who are educated and know what the basic teachings are, they're going and talking to the people. It's making easy for us, because it is always easy. It is always difficult to break the ice, so we had to go through that. But now, when some of the members are well educated, then they're the one they're representing us to other people of Belize.
Now let's talk to Abdul Majid and find out why you were interested in joining Islam.
Well, in actuality, I have been a Muslim since 1992, and I like that. Well, I'm a social worker by training. I'm currently in the council at Stella Maris, and I work with young people. I've worked with young people my entire career, and having a young missionary come to Belize with all this energy, knowing that our community needs some direction for our youths, and looking at the structure of the organization and what the organization has to offer. Right now we have some 30 or so youths in our organization right now, and our missionary is setting up programs in terms of basketball. We're in the process of setting up basketball tournaments, and we have an internet cafe. We have study groups and study circles. This is all geared towards giving some direction to the young people, so that for me is fulfilling. It's very exciting for me to be a part of something constructive and productive for our young people in Belize, right? So that's why when I heard all of that, I was enthused and I jumped on board.
Now, initially when Lal Khan spoke about not converting, forced conversion, that's a very important concept to religion in itself. We know when you look at a lot of the struggles globally, going way back in history, it has always been about right religion. So how do you engage people in a conversation about religion, especially when that can be one of the more complex and contentious conversations that you can have?
I think I would like to attempt this answer. Everybody is in search of peace. We believe that there can be no peace without belief in God. God has created us, and Islam tells us that the purpose of creation of man is that man should worship God. And worship of God means to develop such qualities which are in God. So it would be imitating God as part of his worship. And unless we fulfill that purpose, we cannot be at peace. You know, when you make something, if it does not serve that purpose, it is not successful. So man and woman, if they do not worship God, they cannot find true peace. So people are in search of peace. They try to find peace in recreation. They try to find peace in various ways, and there are various cults. They claim to provide that peace, but when people experiment these, they are disillusioned after they find there is no peace. So when we tell them that you can find peace only in true belief in God, and when they come in and they experience, they find that here is peace. And I think Abdul Majid would tell us how he experienced that when you have true belief in God, that gives you the internal happiness, that peace everyone wishes to achieve, but they have difficulty finding where they would find it.
Mm-hmm. Now, internationally, as we've mentioned several times, and I want us to discuss the issue, the events that we have seen with Muslim extremists has definitely been a challenge for the Islamic community in terms of being able to disassociate themselves from the actions of these individuals.
Right.
It is a continuous conversation that is taking place. Let's talk about your experience as the president of your community. How challenging is it, and how do you really try to relate to people that Naveed mentioned it a bit, these individuals that actions that actually are against your faith?
Right. When we heard of this Paris incident and similar incidents which have happened before, we were appalled. And our problem was twofold. One was that it was an atrocity against humanity. Everyone was affected by it. But the more serious was that they claimed that they are doing it in the name of Islam. Mm-hmm. And one of the cry was that we have avenged Muhammad, as if it was a teaching of Muhammad that when somebody antagonizes you, you hit back and you take revenge. Mm-hmm. Well, that is not the character of Muhammad, peace be upon him. Well, what he taught and what he practiced was that when you are annoyed by someone, you just ignore it and leave that matter to God. He would not even look back at the person who had hit him, and that is the teaching of Islam. So my first reaction was to issue a press release that what has happened in Paris has nothing to do with Islam. We dissociate ourselves from it, we condemn it in the strongest terms, and we believe that Islam is a religion of peace, and our understanding of Islam is that it is love for all and hatred for none. Mm-hmm. And we try to educate our members that although we are very much distressed when we see that the Holy Prophet, whom we love more than our lives, is being ridiculed, he is being abused, his name is being tarnished. Mm-hmm. We do feel it in our hearts, but this is not the reaction which he taught us, which the Holy Quran guides us. The guidance from the Holy Quran is that when you see such annoyance, you ignore it, and it is your responsibility to present the life and character of the Holy Prophet to the people. Why people vilify the Holy Prophet? is because most of them do not know about him. If you see beauty, you cannot resist loving it. And this is what we believe, that our response should be that we present the life and character of the Holy Prophet to the people. We bring the beautiful picture of the Holy Prophet in the eyes of people, so that they do not vilify him, they love him and they adore him.
Lalkan, in your biography, it mentions that you are an advocate for freedom of speech.
Yes.
So that really makes it an even more interesting perspective coming from you as a champion of freedom of speech, specifically speaking out about the incident that took place in Paris and the link to the Islamic community. Has that been something that you have...
It's a very interesting situation. On one side, we are proponents of freedom of speech. On the other, we have condemned what has been done in the name of freedom of speech. Where is the balance? The balance is that my freedom extends only to the limit where your nose starts. If I move my hand and I say I am free to move my hand as I like, and if I touch your nose, I am encroaching on your freedom. So freedom is a two-sided matter. My freedom and the other's freedom. My freedom extends only to the point where others' freedom starts. It is my right to be respected. It is my right that my Prophet should be respected because I love him, I adore him. So there would be no peace if we do not put limits to individual freedoms. And that freedom should extend only to the point where it doesn't hurt others. Look around, we are observing limits to freedom already. You cannot abuse the Queen. You cannot say Holocaust did not happen. If you say one sentence, the whole of the world stand up. Oh, you are committing a crime. It's against the law to say that Holocaust didn't happen. Why? We have learned that unless you have limits, there will be no peace in the world.
Now, one of the things that is equally interesting is that you're also a proponent of having interfaith communications. Why is that such an important thing when people generally champion their particular religion as the only one true religion very often?
That is the most interesting discussion I want you to engage in. The reason is that we believe that there can be peace in the world when the followers of all the religions come together and they appreciate the beauties of the other faiths. I know about Islam and I know it is lovable, and that is why I practice Islam. But I should know also about Christianity. When I would know Christianity from a short distance, I would realize that many of the things in Christianity are the same which I already believe. If I know Judaism, I would discover that many of the teachings of Judaism are the same as I already believe in Islam. So we are providing a forum for interfaith dialogue. We invite the followers of all religions to come together and present the beauties of their respective faiths. And through that we believe that those who would attend such forums, they would discover that they did not know that all the religions, their core teachings are the same. When they would discover this, they would, instead of hating and feeling at a distance from others, they would feel that we are all the same. That is the first step of bringing peace in the world. That we believe is a real contribution to introduction of peace. That is what we aim to do in Belize, bringing together the followers of all religions on one stage and asking them, describe your religion, describe the beauties of your faith. We want to know more about your faith. When all of us would know about the faiths of one another, we would feel closer. We would feel at peace because we would appreciate the goodness which is there all around. We emphasize differences. Unfortunately, we should emphasize the commonalities. When we would do that, it would be promotion of peace.
Now, the Ahmadiyya Muslim community also is working to educate people on what the true concept of jihad is. And perhaps the current understanding, and especially when you use the terminology holy war,
Yeah, holy war.
it gives an immediate negative connotation. How do you educate people on what you say is the true meaning of jihad?
Yes, this is again a very important thing to know about Islam. It's a misunderstanding among the Muslims that they consider that jihad is holy war. Unfortunately, in the start of Islam, Muslims were forced, they were attacked, and they were permitted by God to defend themselves. So from that fact that the Holy Prophet and his followers had to fight some battles in defending themselves, but it was after a long period of persecution that they suffered, and at the end they were allowed to defend themselves. So I invite the people of Belize, if they have access to this information, they would find that all the battles which the Holy Prophet and his followers had to fight, they were all defensive. In none of the cases the Holy Prophet ﷺ initiate these, and in none of these battles Muslims were the aggressors. They were the victims of aggression, and they only defended themselves. Now, because of this, that in the start of Islam there were some battles, Muslims have this misunderstanding that jihad means to fight. In reality, jihad literally means intense struggle. When you strive to do something, it is jihad. In this age, we believe that the greatest jihad is our working against our inclinations to evil, and to bring about goodness in you is the jihad. Secondly, to propagate your faith with pen and with speech, it is the struggle when you educate people towards goodness. This is the real jihad. So we believe that today jihad is done with pen instead of jihad with the sword. This is the right concept of jihad. It is based on the teaching of Islam and the practice of the Holy Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him.
Now, with the first annual Jalsa Salana,
Yes.
What's the objective there, and who's the target audience that you have?
The Jalsa Salana, or the annual conference, is an opportunity for members of the community to come together once in a year from all around the country. And in case of Belize, it would be all the members of the community and some guests from Canada and some other countries, Guatemala and some other neighboring countries. And it would be also an opportunity for our friends from across Belize to come and see the beautiful teachings of Islam, how Islam is striving to bring about peace among ourselves, how it is telling us the various problems Belizeans are facing, what solutions Islam presents for answering these problems. So this is one of the objectives. And the second objective is spiritual. During these days, we ask our members to pay special attention to prayers, thinking about our spiritual progress. And when believers come together during the time of the annual convention, they learn from one another, and it's a religious and spiritual enhancement opportunity.
Now, we spent a lot of time talking about the different misconceptions that people may have, and also looking at some of the approaches that you champion, whether it's freedom of speech or interfaith communication. What would you say is another little known fact about Islam that could actually create an open space for people to have a dialogue? Because in a lot of cases, because of what all you may hear, you may not even be open to the idea of sitting down to talk about Islam.
Mr. Mangla, would you like to?
Well, one thing that might gain the attention of people is that at the end of the day, it is the fastest growing religion in the world. Even in the US, where 9/11 happened and so many other things happened, it is the fastest growing religion. So if so many people are turning their attention, there has to be something there, right? I believe that if we look at the biography or the life of the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, we can learn many things. Because this is a prophet that whose whole life was recorded, even from his childhood all the way up to his prophethood, and then all the way up to, his claim of prophet at the age of 40 till he died at the age of 63. So a Muslim, if he wants proper guidance, he has a perfect role model to turn towards. So I think that's something that my the youth that are entering our community, they're benefiting from, because we as people, we're weak. We have these small other role models. We follow them for a while, and then when they do something bad, then we're hopeless again and again and again. But when it comes to these prophets who are very close to God, and especially a prophet whose whole life is recorded, and we can always measure ourselves with his lifestyle. For example, if I'm 25, I want to see what he did at 25. If I'm 30, I want to see what he was doing at that time. Then we can actually change ourselves a lot and become better spiritually.
Now, in terms of misconceptions as well, and it's a great opportunity to be able to discuss it, is that there is always the perception that Islam does not allow for women to have equal rights as men. How do you address that issue?
Okay, this is a common misunderstanding, but the fact is that Islam provides equal opportunities for women to grow and to achieve the object of their lives. The greatest objective of a man or woman's life would be to please God and to fulfill the purpose for which they are created, that is worship of God. In that respect, man and woman are both equal. The Holy Quran has many passages which discusses that men and women have equal opportunities to approach God, to worship Him and fulfill the object for which they have been created. But on the side of the different roles which man and woman have been given, yes, there are differences, and that difference is seen by the way God has given our physical bodies. The physical body of a man and woman are not the same. They are for the various purposes for which they have been created, and in that respect they are not the same. But as far as their respect is concerned, they are equally respected. But as far as their roles are concerned, the roles are different. Because of the different roles, people sometimes take this mistaken view that Islam does not give equal status to the woman.
Are women allowed to be a part of the leadership in the community?
Yes, ladies have been leaders in Islam. The wife of the Holy Prophet, Hazrat Aisha, is known to have led on the scholarly side. She was the greatest scholar of her time, and the scholars of the Muslim Ummah used to go to her for final understanding of some of the scholarly subjects. She also led a campaign. It was a political campaign, and that shows that in Islam there is no bar. And you may have seen that in Muslim countries there have been prime ministers, women prime ministers. So there is no bar against leadership. In our community, the affairs of the ladies are handled by the ladies themselves. They have national president, they have the local presidents. Like I'm the national president of the whole of the community. In the ladies wing, there is a national president who conducts the affairs of the ladies wing. So we have leadership in the ladies, but we do believe that Islam assigns different roles to men and women, not the same roles. In Islam, the main role of the man is to provide for the family and to take care of the affairs outside the home, while Islam assigns the main role to the woman, upkeep of the house, take care of the children, and to provide a peaceful and loving atmosphere of home. Islam attaches equal importance to it. But unfortunately now the concept of equality of men and women is that women should be able to do everything which man does. We think it's a mistaken view.
Now we're getting ready to wrap, but let's just get the nuts and bolts of how the Jalsa Salana convention will play out at the IT Vet compound, right?
All right. Since I've been asked to do some coordinating, let me give you a little rundown. First of all, tomorrow at there are activities leading up to this event. Tomorrow, which is Wednesday, right? We have a lecture at the University of Belize Benwapan campus, and hopefully simultaneously we should be having a lecture in Belize City as well.
What time is that?
2 p.m. to 3 p.m. There also around 10 a.m. tomorrow there should also be a press conference at the Radisson Fort George Hotel at the Santa Rita Room. We're encouraging and inviting all the media houses to attend so that you get a clear understanding of what our schedule is going to be. We ask that people who are coming to the conference please confirm in advance, because we're doing a lot of catering and a lot of logistics is going into this thing. We've gone around giving out our invitations, and we'll be following up with phone calls. And then the conference happens on Saturday at the IT Vet from 9 a.m. in the morning, and we're asking people to please come and learn with us, because it's a growing process. Belize has a culture of its own, and Islam is here to share with you and to let you understand that we want to be a part of you, right?
And you want people to confirm that they will be going ahead of time for
very important.
Catering and
logistics.
All right.
Okay. Well, we want to thank you, gentlemen, for joining us this morning and for giving us a window into Islam and what it means to be Muslim.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And best of luck on your Jalsa Salana.
Oh, thank you.
We're going to go ahead and take a break, and when we come back, we'll be joined by representatives of the Belize City Council to talk about Get Moving Belize, a brand new health program, so stay tuned.
Wondering why $1's got everyone so excited? Now with Smart, your dollar takes you further than ever before. Purchase Smart's Home and Bundle and get 25 SMS for only $1. So you can text to any number at any time. Get Smart's newest and most affordable text bundle.
Smart always has my back.
Smart, bringing people together.
Hey you, yes you, buying furniture, appliances or electronics? Guess what? Tropicon said keep your cash. That correct? With Credicon, you could buy as much as you want, up to the value of your Credicon limit. It's easy to apply. What you need that is 3 P's: proof of identity, proof of income, and proof of address. And that it. So where you to wait, pan? Apply today and keep your cash with Credicon from Tropigas. That Tropigas, we always give you more.
What do you want from your bank?
I want to know that my bank will teach me how to save.
I want to know that my bank can help to make my dream of owning a home a reality.
I want to know that my bank will help me grow my business and build Belize.
I want to know that my bank will keep my investment safe.
Whether you want to start a savings plan, build your own home, invest in your business, or plan for retirement, the Belize Bank is here for you. The Belize Bank. Our country, your bank.
For over 20 years, Great Belize Television, Channel 5, has been the leader in award-winning local programming. We have also produced some of the best video commercials, documentaries, and live events for clients countrywide. And we continue to offer high-quality production services to maximize your advertising needs for your business or organization. From concept to completion, let us help you achieve your marketing goal by producing your commercial, documentary, graphic animation, live event, or even designing your website. Using state-of-the-art equipment and experienced personnel, we can make your ideas come alive. For more information, come see us on Coney Drive or give us a call at 223-0146 or 223-7781 or email us at gbtv@vtl.net. Great Belize Productions, making great television in Belize.
Every day, I report the disturbing details of the crimes that plague our streets. It's hard not to be touched by the reality that affects all of us. But shaking our heads is not enough. Support an organization that's fighting crime through community outreach, public awareness, education, and institutional strengthening. Contact Crime Stoppers Belize today at crimestoppersbelize.org. We all have to work together to create a safer Belize. Crime Stoppers. At Crime Stoppers Belize today. CrimeStoppersBelize.org.
Great Belize Television, Channel 5, proud winner of 5 Caribbean Broadcasting Union Awards for 2013. Best Documentary Program, Best Theme Award for Health and Environment, Best Theme Award for Children and Youth Issues, Best Public Awareness Spot, and special mention for Best Drama Program to Belize Apprentice.
Crime Stoppers Belize, in conjunction with NOPCN, is inviting you to help stomp out child abuse in Belize. Sexual abuse includes the employment, use, persuasion, or coercion of any child to engage in or assist others in any sexually explicit conduct or simulation of such conduct for the purpose of producing pornographic materials, or the rape, molestation, prostitution, or other form of sexual exploitation of children, including incest. Be sensitive to changes in your child's behavior. Listen to your child. Call the Crime Stoppers confidential 24-hour hotline 0800-922-TIPS. Your call will be answered by international operators. Your call cannot be traced and you will not be asked to reveal your identity. Rewards of up to $1,000 are paid for information leading to the arrest of perpetrators. Our country's future depends on our children. Help break the cycle of child abuse.
And welcome back.
And welcome back. We're moving into our final conversation for today. And we're going to be talking about Get Moving Belize. Of course, this has been an ongoing health program championed by the Belize City Council. And joining us for this conversation, we have City Administrator Candice Miller, and we also have Laura Sabaranis,
who is a fitness
instructor. Good morning, and welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Now, let's talk about this whole Get Moving Belize. You all are morning people, so, right?
We're not. I am not.
Well, I want to go before we start talking about Get Moving Belize, because while you are obviously taking the lead on this program, you do have personal stories to share in terms of weight loss as well. So let's talk about what got you moving and then how you've tied that in to Get Moving Belize.
What got me moving? It was a resolution.
Yeah. A New Year's resolution.
A New Year's resolution, yes.
Fantastic.
That actually worked out. 2014, I said, would be my year. Yeah. I started working out January of 2014. Get Moving started in February. And over the course of a year, I've lost 87 pounds.
Yeah. Now we have to show some of these pictures for people, for the few people who actually don't know you. Because 87 pounds is a lot. And this is what you were in 2013?
Yes.
2013, 87 pounds heavier. What's it like to watch this photo?
I know, I don't remember being that size. I don't remember how I got to that size. But
yeah.
It's a whole new life right now. It's been...
Yeah. So you made the resolution to get up and start moving.
Right.
Just about the time that the Get Moving program got started.
Actually, that was as a result of the resolution. I spoke to them and I said, Mary, we need to do something and try to get everybody involved. If you know me, I'm not somebody that likes to be on the on TV. I would not be here unless I really believe in this program. I really want to encourage people to come out. I think that it's something that, for me, it has been life-changing. And I think that it's $20 a month. And for $20 a month, you could see a whole new you in a short space of time.
Laura?
Actually, I started in 2003. You know, I was still going to UB. And I decided, you know, in January, I decided, you know, I need to start doing something. And I started
Another
jogging.
New Year's resolution?
Yeah, definitely another New Year's.
We told people it can work.
It can work, you know, and, you know, I started and because at school you always do just the summer programs, you lost weight and then you go back to school, the stress and everything, you gain on the weight. So I decided to, you know, that was my last year at UB and I said, fine, it's going to be my internship and fine, 2003. I did it for like about 3 months just jogging. I continued my internship. And like in May, June, after graduation, I started Karen Rosita's program. Well, I used to go there for summers only. And she's the one that actually motivated me and, you know, she had confidence in me. And from there, she kind of pushed me, encouraged me, Laura, you could be a trainer. And I said, no, 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 no. I'm just so shy. Not in front of a crowd. I feel like I'm going to drop down. She said, no, you can do it. And I kind of pushed. And after an year, like in 2004, September 2004, I actually started training. And I enjoyed it. I love it. I always tell people, you know, everywhere I go, that's the first thing I encourage people, you know. Let's go exercise, walk up the stairs, you know, walk to the store. You don't have to be driving. Park your car downtown, walk to the stores. But for some reason or the other, we have this tendency, if you're going to Hopefield, try to find a parking spot right in front of Hopefield, yes, or in front of Brody's or somewhere.
How much weight did you lose?
Total, I would say about 54 pounds, but that's over a long period, you know, because overall, I always believe I don't want to lose the weight, you know, quick. It's more a lifestyle, yes, you know, like soft drinks, I don't even drink soft drinks.
Yeah.
Juices, I rarely do juices, you know, a lot of water, a lot of coconut water. So it's over a long period of time, and I also implement it at home, you know.
How much of it is, and that's what I want to get at, because there's the concept of let's get exercising, let's start running, and then it kind of stops and you don't stay as committed. But how important is it that you commit to the total lifestyle? Getting sleep, which a lot of people neglect, eating properly, cutting out a lot of the unhealthy stuff, and exercising.
Yeah, I have lost weight before and I've gained it back.
Yeah.
And I think that what I realized in 2014 is that you can't diet. Diets don't work. You have to really just change your lifestyle. You have to eat differently, and like Laura said, make small changes in your lifestyle. Walk to the store instead of driving to the store. Run up the stairs if you could run up the stairs to your office. And I think that cutting out a lot, for me, I cut out a lot of carbs, a lot of rice, a lot of bread. I eat, and I don't find that I have to be on a plan. I don't have to have somebody prepare my meals. I could go anywhere, buy food. I would eat. If I go to Miss Anna across the street from work, I will just buy the stew beans, stewed chicken, and I'll eat it like that. Just cut out the rice. And it makes a big difference. So it's not a diet. It's not something that you'll do for 21 days or 15 days and then go back to it makes a whole if you're thinking of it as something short term, it doesn't work. You lose the 10 pounds and then you gain back 15.
What I do is that I keep a lot of healthy snacks at work, you know, nuts, fruits, you know, even crackers, you know, but very small portions. I mean, healthy crackers, you know, the whole wheat crackers. So I find that, you know, if I'm really hungry, then I would snack on something small just so that I'm not starving. I drink a lot of water, you know, and at the same time, you know, I encourage staff, I encourage my friends. I'm usually the one that actually push my friends, you know. I get up early, I text, wake up, time for gym, you know, or time to go exercise with one text, you know, and that's it. You know, I try just push once you're serious about it, but it's something that you have to want. It's a passion, and I love it. So I think it's a part of my lifestyle.
Man, and Laura is an excellent trainer, I could tell you that. I can't tell you how many times in the morning I hear, come on, Candice, push yourself, let's go.
Mind over matter.
And Candice, let's speak about that part, because when people start an exercise program, and especially for people who've been overweight for a long time, and obese especially, it's daunting. They're worried about ankle sprains because it's easier because of the weight that they're struggling with. Maybe they already have issues with knee problems and whatnot, and it seems insurmountable to lose the amount of weight that you lost, for example. So how do you encourage people, and Laura can talk about it and your personal experience, to just start?
Actually, Marlene, I don't do jumping at all. I rarely do a lot of jumping, especially on the type of flooring we do. It's mostly concrete. So I just don't like the fact of having to jump on a concrete floor. So I use like hand weights, and I do a lot of high intensity workout, but with the weights, you know, and moving your legs, and you know. Yes, but it's not a lot of jumping. Yeah. So, you know, for the same reason, I really don't want to have anybody get hurt. And at the same time, you know, the floor for your ankles and for your knees. And even for me, I mean, because I exercise along with the people there. It's not only instructing, I actually exercise with them. So, you know, I mean, it's not only standing there and clapping and making sure that they're doing it. I am doing it along with them to kind of motivate them at the same time.
Now, how does this feed into the Get Moving program? Because obviously you have compelling stories that people can latch on to. But how do you actually get them to make that first step to get moving?
I can relate to what Marlene said, because having all that weight on, if you have 5 pounds to lose, you could look at it and say, okay, well, I'll do that in a month, but when you get to a point where you have all this weight on you and it seems overwhelming and you keep putting it off, but one of the reasons I'm here and one of the reasons I will share this story is to say that if I could do it, just about anybody could do it, because for one, I'm not a morning person. Getting up at 4:30 in the morning was a sacrifice for me. But I heard somewhere, and I have found it to be true, if you do something for 3 weeks, it becomes a habit, and it becomes a lot easier. In terms of the diet plan, again, the first couple weeks was difficult. I mean, and we have a style at the council. We have meetings all day, every day. If you move from one meeting to the next, and you realize you have banana bread in this meeting, you have meat pies in the other meeting, you have a social after work, they're serving panades, and it was to change. Even that at the office, I would tell them, listen, we have a meeting, get some fruits, get fresh juice. And like I said, it was a New Year's resolution. I just said 2014, I need to get healthier. And I just started. And the weight, people will look at me and they say, man, you lost that weight really quickly. It wasn't quick. It was over at the space of a year. And I would say I lost maybe an average of 9 to 10 pounds every month. But it's just to get started, and I think you are motivated by results. As you see the weight coming off, it becomes easier to stick to it. You get up early at morning, you exercise.
Then you look at the meat pie and say, do I really want to eat
this? Exactly.
One of the things Karen used to always encourage me, say, when you start to shed weight, don't keep in clothes. Get rid of the clothes, because you don't want to even get back in it. And I used to have to go and do my weigh-ins every 2 weeks. And I used to physically feel like cry if I feel like I'm just not losing the weight. She said, no worry, just give yourself time, and you know, until gradually you actually see the results. And the best thing is when you feel your clothes actually, you know, dropping off.
So the Get Moving program is essentially the exercise component.
Right. It is.
You know, you're hoping people will choose to eat healthier, but you're offering the exercise component through the assistance of the Belize City Council.
Yes.
It's the BTL Park.
BTL Park right now. It's 5 to 6 in the morning. Monday to Thursday. It's a $5 registration fee, and you pay $20 for the month.
Okay.
We do get sponsors. Right now, Waste Control has sponsored a month for us. Matthew Smiling from Smiling Meats, he sponsored a month for us. Smart has sponsored a month for us. We're hoping to get other corporate sponsors, and we want to encourage people to, if it is that you're sponsoring, send your staff out there to work with us, because it's a life-changing program.
So what happens from Mondays to Thursday at the BTL Park?
It's aerobics. I do Monday, Wednesdays classes, you know, so it's different, you know.
Every day.
Well, yes, you have Monday, Wednesdays. I do the Monday, Wednesdays classes, and I do a lot of, mostly toning, a lot of toning exercise. We encourage people to carry their weights. I have extra weight, so if somebody don't have a weight, you know, I carry extra weight. I have my mats. We usually have a mat or a towel. We encourage them to take a mat or a towel for the floor work. But, you know, it's a lot of aerobics exercises.
And then on Tuesday, Thursdays?
Tuesday, Thursday,
we have another trainer,
Edison Usher. He does, well, what I would call boot camp.
Yeah.
Where you do steps on the picnic tables, you do a lot of running, you do some push-ups. And this different
so you have a bit of variety mixed in as well, which is important, because you can't keep doing the same exercise.
And I like the balance of a male and a female.
Yeah. We have good music right now.
Yes. What has been the turnout for the program?
Well, right now we have about 12 people in the class, but we really want to get more people. One of the reasons we had to stop is that people tend not to be very consistent. And so we're hoping that we get more people to come out. It's January. You could make that New Year's resolution and come out there. It's
well,
1 hour.
Girls can prove that New Year's resolutions come true.
Yeah, and there's a benefit to doing it at 5 in the morning, because you get home at 5 in the evening and you say you'll work out, but then maybe the kids have homework, or you have a meeting that keeps you at the office late. There's something to getting it done at 5 in the morning, and when you start your day, you've already put in your hour.
And one of the things, because you said it, Laura, about you texting people, have you all thought of perhaps partnering people to have a workout buddy so that they stick around a little bit longer?
We should.
Because
really. I usually do it on my own, you know, even with the program, when the program was at Samuel Haynes, you know, once I get up about 4:30, right before I basically get ready, I text everyone, tell them, you know, get up, work out this morning. And if they can't make it, they'll text me back and tell me they won't be able to make it. But for the most part, you know, everybody comes out that used to come out. So, and even with my friends that don't go to the program, that go to the gym, I still do it as well. You know, I encourage them, you know,
to get up and
get moving. You know.
So now that the program has resumed, and really at the best time when people are thinking of making changes, how does somebody get involved? Do they just show up at the BTL Park at, well, before 5 o'clock, obviously?
Yes, just show up. Just show up. Just show up, you'll get registered. If it is that you can't even afford to pay the $20 a month, that's fine. But the $20, we want to run some ads. So we will try to use whatever monies we've collected to run the ads for the program. But if you can't afford $20, just show up. Just come there and get moving with us.
It's a contribution.
Yes, it's a contribution.
And the good thing about a park like BTL Park is that there's no lack of space.
Definitely.
Yeah. So people can be able to bring as many people as they want.
Especially these chilly mornings by the park. It's really, really, really chilly. But
were you there
really
this morning?
Nice. I did yesterday.
Oh, okay. Because this morning was chilly.
And then tomorrow should be chillier. So.
But once you get moving, you'll warm up yourself.
You warm up and that's it, you know. That's fine.
I think it's just to make a decision.
Yeah.
Just make the first step. Just get out there. And like I said, you're motivated by results. When you see the pound start, like Laura said, when you see your clothes getting baggy, I've changed wardrobes twice already over the year. So it's a real, and it's fun to lose weight. You could go back out and shop, maybe spend too much money. And
the confidence that you get. Yeah,
it is, you know.
There are a lot of and health perks as well.
Yes, of course. I went to my doctor just a couple months ago, and he was amazed. I used to have issues with my blood pressure, I had issues with my cholesterol, and all of those have more or less just resolved themselves just by losing the weight.
Excellent.
So what else do people need to know about Get Moving Belize? Will it eventually return to the Samuel Haynes, or are you only working at BTL for
We
now?
are hoping that we would be able to do 2 locations. That was the idea initially, to have one on the north side and one on the south side, because it's difficult for some people to get to BTL Park. But
Yeah.
again, that depends on the amount of people that show up.
Okay.
All right. If we get enough people registered and we have enough to do both locations, then definitely we'll do both locations, Samuel Haynes and BTL Park. We even did Maud Williams at one point.
So if you're in a community and you can maybe get 10 to 15 people together, contact the city council and you'll be able to try to set up something there for them?
Of course.
Yeah.
If it is that you have a staff, a large staff, and maybe you have 15, 20 people that want to start working out, we could work something out for you.
Well, ladies, we want to thank you both for joining us this morning and sharing your stories. And it's funny that, or coincidental, our eye-opener for today was talking about ways to get better.
Yeah.
So this is definitely one of those. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
So 5 to 6 BTL Park.
Monday
to Thursday.
Just
get up.
show up.
Get up and get moving.
Yes, that's it.
All right. We're going to go ahead and take our final break, and then we'll have our wrap for today. Don't go anywhere. Open Your Eyes concludes after these messages.